This morning is Angel Purlee with Americans for Prosperity. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Happy morning. Happy Monday morning, right?
Yeah, something like that. Although I did
Rainy.
see the sun was starting to come out.
He's doing his best. He is really doing his best, but
So long as he comes out.
How are you doing today? I'm trying. I'm
doing my
trying.
best.
Doing my best. Trying to do my best. All right, let's do our best and let's thank those best sponsors over there.
Right, the best. Let's thank Meadowview Healthcare, Walmart, Salem Crossing, Americans for Prosperity, Mama Roses, Fox Purlee Wealth Management, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Dr. Mindy Gunn, Marshall Monuments, McAllister Land Consulting, First Harrison Bank, the Louisville Bats, Schneck Hospital, and Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
All right. Thank you to our great sponsors. And I do appreciate them and all that they do. And remember, if you get out and about, tell them thank you for sponsoring Coffee Club.
Just tell them they're the bomb diggity.
Yeah, they are the bomb diggity. All right, we're moving on to the 12th day of May. This is actually like for maybe some for those maybe just a little bit more seasoned. This is usually when they start waiting for flowers and plants to start planting, start putting things in the ground. I know earlier, about a month ago or so, they were doing early crops like your lettuce and stuff like that as far as gardens. But now game on, May the 12th, let the games begin.
I heard some people this weekend planting some tomatoes and some corn and cucumbers.
Peppers.
Yeah.
Doing it. Doing all kinds of things. And, and now, of course, gardening is totally different for different people. You have the raised garden beds where they're like, or you have in the pots, the containers, or you have them actually in the ground like a regular garden. And always amazes me the rows, how straight they get the rows.
Yeah, we do not have a garden. I don't even know what would happen if I began a garden.
Oh yeah, I would think that everything they would run through it. There'd be balls. They would run ball. There would be.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this: we were out yesterday, and somebody had just planted their garden, and they were very mindful of it. So, but I just don't know that if it was ours, if they would be as respectful. But they were. They were very good about it. In fact, they were running, and then they came to like a complete halt, and like, went around it.
Yep. Actually, you know what it was? Let me kind of just look at a different way. Oh, that could be work. Hoeing and weeding and picking. That could be work. Oh, we got to halt.
Well, the garden had been done. It was done.
I know, but I'm saying is that work could be possibly need to be done. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe so. All right, we're on to the 12th day of May. Today is International Awareness Day. Do you feel aware?
I try to be self-aware.
Okay.
I think that, I try to be aware. But then sometimes people will say stuff and I was like, I had no clue. I feel like that I want to be more aware, but I'm not sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. International Awareness Day.
I guess you don't feel like you're aware.
Yeah, I try to be. Sometimes I don't want to be too aware.
It's a good thing to be aware.
It's so funny hearing this word aware.
I don't aware of what?
I know.
Specifically, like
international
aware of your surroundings.
Well, it actually shows medical. So that is,
So like health awareness.
Yeah, I think so. That would be one way to be aware.
That would be one way to be aware. I am probably not.
I feel like this is a drinking game. Aware.
that I am not so much. I am not very good at like going to the doctor regularly. And
I know we all do that.
I'm not good at that. I'm not aware of.
Well, maybe today is a little bit of a little pep in your step and a little reminder to be aware.
To call my doctor.
I was told to call you. I don't know why, but I need to
call my doctor.
Call your doctor. Awareness. International Awareness Day. Yeah, just be aware. Okay. I think and then when you're out and about, aware of your surroundings. Right.
Well, yeah, but that's not health awareness. But
and it didn't have to be. It's just International Awareness Day. Awareness, I guess. Just be aware of.
Well, when you said it had medical.
No, I said that just a photo. There's a photo there, but that doesn't mean that.
Well, isn't it Mental Health Awareness Month?
Possibly. We've been talking about it a lot.
So I think that, anyways.
Here on Coffee Club, we've talked about it a lot. So there's got to be something.
Okay. Well.
International Chronic Fatigue Syndrome Awareness Day. International Chronic Fatigue Syndrome Awareness Day. Okay. International Nurses Day. I think we had Nurses Week, and then we've had now International Nurses Day. Hats off to all of our nurses out there.
So
need more of
it's
them.
to encourage action related to a particular cause, issue, or group.
What now?
The Awareness Day. So I don't think it's like aware your surroundings.
Repeat that again. Read that again.
So it's to to raise awareness and promote and understand, encourage action related to a particular cause, issue, or group.
Okay. Awareness. Okay.
Right, so mental health awareness would be one of them.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Limerick Day. You know any limericks?
Off the top of my head.
Okay.
Do you?
Not that could probably be said on the radio.
No, what are you talking about?
No, National Nutty Fudge Day. Ooh. Nuts or no nuts in the fudge?
I'm gonna go no.
Okay.
But I like, so
this looks really good.
I like the chocolate with a little nut in it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I like that. Don't put peanuts in my peanut butter fudge. I don't want that.
Yeah. You want a creamy smooth?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Creamy smooth. Like I said, there's like this chocolate. I think it's chocolate. It's like a chocolate fudge with peanuts or nuts in them, and they are delicious.
What's those like goo goo clusters? What are those? Those are like a chocolate and nuts, right? I was trying to think.
I don't they have pretzels in them?
Or I don't think that is it pretzels? And they have like a white in there, like a white like cream or something. I don't know.
Marshmallow.
Maybe
I don't know.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I have no idea.
I don't.
I know what you're talking about. Marshmallows are not my favorite.
International or national. This is national. Sorry, Nutty Fudge Day. National Odometer Day. So, so do you ever, like when you're riding with someone, look over at the odometer to see what speed they're going? Or do you watch your odometer a lot? In the odometer, the speed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speedometer. I don't know. Is that a thing?
I don't know. Odometer.
Why are we having this conversation?
I don't know. Odometer. These are some weird, I mean, I don't usually say these words too much, like odometer. What's the odometer say over there? Like,
wait, or is the odometer how many miles your car has on it?
Oh, I don't know what the odometer.
I'm so glad you asked this.
I don't know, but I've heard people say the odometer, but I don't remember. I mean, I don't know vehicles very well, obviously.
Okay.
Speed. What is it?
Yeah, the total distance vehicles traveled.
Oh, it's the mileage.
Mm-hmm.
The miles. Oh, well then that.
Yeah, I feel pretty good that I was like,
I didn't know.
I feel pretty good about that considering that we're live on the radio. I'll take that.
I'm sorry. Okay, I didn't. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think that's your speedometer.
Speedometer. Okay, we left out the word speed. Okay, and then odometer is just the mileage.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Here we go. National. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know it is painful. I'm sorry. It's painful for me over here, so you can imagine. You know, I'm sorry. Yes, I agree. I'm sorry. What's the odometer say? Now that I hear it, like in a sentence, I'll say, or like, check the odometer, how many miles it has. Okay, now all of this is coming to me. It just took me a second here. Maybe I just had such a crazy day yesterday. Yeah. It's just National Women's Checkup Day. Always important.
Yeah, we just talked about that.
Yep. So those are some holidays. Get out and enjoy. This is starting multi-day events. American Craft Beer Week, National Bike to Work Week, National Stationery Week, UN Global Road Safety Week. So Again, this month is Food Allergy Awareness, National Hamburger Week, National Nurses Week, National Health Week, Cheese Month, Wetlands Month, Be Kind to Animals Month. That should be every time. Better Hearing and Speech Month, Better Sleep Month. Need that definitely. Breathe Easy Month, Deck Safety Month, Food Allergy Awareness, Garden for Wildlife Month. Ooh, most of us are trying to keep the wildlife out of our garden. Gifts for the Garden Month, Heal the Children Month. Love that. Healthy Vision Month. Hats off to Dr. Mindy Gunn. Lyme Disease Awareness Month, Mystery Month. There's a lot going on this month. Yeah. Egg Month. I'm looking to see on the mental Military Month, Pet Month. But I know we've had a lot of talk about the making sure on the mental awareness. I know we've talked a lot about that. So
yeah, we yeah, it is. It's May.
Yeah, it probably is. Yeah,
Mental health awareness.
Yeah, I do believe that. Yeah, yeah. This is also Allergy Awareness Month, right? Can you tell where we live? Everybody's like kind of like feeling that, do you think?
In this Ohio Valley here.
Right, right. Well, Allergy Awareness Month, you might want to pop a pill before you visit any of these cities right now. The Asthma and Allergy Foundation ranked the top cities in America based on how much coughing, sneezing, and wheezing they can cause. And the worst city for allergies is Wichita, Kansas.
Never been.
Okay. Here's what it's based on: the pollen counts, the sales of allergy medicines, and how easy it is to get an appointment with an allergy specialist. Okay. Someone did their homework on that, right?
Somebody from Wichita is writing this.
Somebody, yeah, something. The 10 most challenging places are, here we go: Wichita, Kansas, New Orleans, okay, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Memphis, Little Rock, Arkansas, North Carolina, Richmond, Virginia, Greenville,
just North Carolina,
Raleigh, North Carolina, sorry, Raleigh, North Carolina, Richmond, Virginia, Greenville, South Carolina, and Greensboro, North Carolina. And the end of the list, best city for allergies is Boston. Just Boston. Pollen counts are typically lower, and it's fairly easy to see a doctor there.
Just Boston.
That's what it says.
Okay, so
I was trying to think of that commercial. Right? My friend in Boston. I don't think I've ever been to Boston, actually. So
I have not.
So,
but I think it'd be cool to go to.
So Boston's number one. Salt Lake City. I've been to Salt Lake City, which was absolutely beautiful. Okay. I felt like clean air. Akron, Ohio, San Diego, Cleveland, Boise, Provo, Utah, Madison, Wisconsin, and Denver, Colorado.
It's very random.
Mm-hmm. We weren't even best or worst. We didn't even make the survey.
Ohio did, though.
Well, that's close. Yeah.
I think that's the closest one I heard.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of thought that we might do a little bit better. So let's make sure that we get talking.
So we're in the middle, we'll say.
Yeah.
We're not at one extreme or the other.
Right. I feel like things, when they start budding out, and of course, I feel like that we've had a lot of people that have had a lot of trouble with allergies lately.
I feel like I struggle with allergies 80% of the year. So.
You have that 20%, that little window of opportunity.
Yes, and I take full advantage of breathing during that time.
Is that like December and January?
No.
Is that worse?
It's like cold season. No, I just feel, I don't know. It's like, I feel like towards like the end of summer, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Is whenever my body has it fully adjusted. to everything. And then fall comes along, and then the seasons change, and then it's right back at it.
Right. Right. Yeah. Well, there's a little window of opportunity maybe that they should.
I might be being generous. I
Right.
just got really bad sinuses.
Right. I've noticed a lot of this year. I've noticed a lot of bees this year, which is a good thing. I know. I don't think they're the right honeybees. I think they're the like just like regular. Are they called wood bees or just bees? I don't know.
You're quit asking me.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh,
I do not know.
Yeah. I've just seen
like
a lot of bees.
I know there are wood bees. Do I know the bees that you have seen? No.
I don't know. I don't know my bees very well, but
because a bumblebee and a wood bee are not the same thing.
But I don't know how
Question
they
mark?
look very much the same. I know they're not the same, probably not, but I don't know. I'm really not into them. I mean, I know I'm very respectful for people with honey, and I know we're supposed to to really take care of them.
The bees.
Please don't hate on me on
the
that. I
wasps
just don't know.
Are vicious.
The wasps are horrible. Those
Yeah.
Is that what that's like? They have the little like the cones and stuff. The wasp, yeah.
They there was one that was just really would not leave me alone yesterday. And it was a lot, and I did not kill it, but I think I
give it a mean look. I sure did give it a mean look.
Well, so we went fishing yesterday, and I think because I was sitting down on the dock, and I think I was sitting where he needed to go.
Yeah.
And so
you are in my seat.
Well, because when I got up, I saw it go down like underneath the dock where I was sitting, and I was like, all you gotta do is ask. I could have made
use your words.
Yeah, like come on. And so I finally it left me alone once I got up, but I didn't realize that, oh, okay, you're wanting, which in retrospect, I guess it's kind of a good thing that I did get up finally, because if it was going home and it had other friends.
Yeah. The friends would have came and got it. They were
sitting under me.
They would have come out looking for him. Who knew? They would have come out. Where is he?
Been sadly mistaken.
Yeah, that could have been. Yeah. Yeah. I actually I've had some contact with them. Yeah. I've not been stung, but I have actually, they've been around me quite a bit. Yeah. Yeah. I kind of go through the concept, if you don't bug me, I won't bug you. So I've kind of been not too much in their pathway. I've tried to stay out of their pathway.
Also, my kids don't know how to close a door behind them, I've learned. Yeah. So that's a thing.
Yeah. And that really makes a difference, letting them in. Yeah.
And I'm like, you've got to close the door. So today when I woke up, there was something. As soon as I got up and I got out of the bedroom, I went and, was walking through the living room and then the kitchen, yada, yada. And there was something. I don't even know what it was. I don't think it was a bee. I don't know, something just buzzing. And I was like, what in the world? It was a loud buzz too.
Ooh.
So I was like, okay, this is going to be fun. So I shut off all the lights and then I opened the door and I tried to get it to go out. And that thing went outside.
Wait, you shut the lights off so that
it would maybe attract the light outside.
Oh, the light.
Yeah.
The light.
And so...
or it could have been a Carol Ann, stay away from the light.
No.
You got two different ways it could have been played, right?
It went towards the light.
Yeah, I think they normally
It did. It buzzed itself right out of the house. Yeah. And I was like, oh, praise.
Yes.
Yes, get out. I didn't want to chase you down. I didn't.
No, don't make me do that.
Listen, I'm about to wake the kids up. Come on.
Yeah.
Go buzz someone else. Buzz
I
off.
am not to be, I'm a force to be regular. Don't mess with me. Don't even mess with me. Or like when you're in a car and like there's a fly or something, you're like, it's so loud. And I've had these big old flies. I don't know what,
So I couldn't make out what it was. Because I don't think it was like a bee thing, but it was like a fly, but it was bigger than a fly. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. It was, ugh.
Yeah, it needed to go. Got to go.
Well, it did. It went.
But like if you have like the, that fly, let's say that is stuck in you're like going down the road and you're trying to get it out and you roll down the window and it just sits there like, I don't know what to do. And then you kind of shoo it, go.
And then it comes back in and you try to shoo it.
Like, yeah. This is your pathway to freedom.
Yeah.
Go.
Get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flies. Yeah. I don't like those either. Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, you stay outside in your home and I'll stay inside in mine. And this is how we're going to get along.
Yes. You have this whole outside.
But I think, to me, when they step into your home, it's game on.
Yeah. I have to agree with that. I'm sorry.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm like, listen,
you're on my territory now.
Can't have you be sitting on my bananas and doing what you do to them, or just,
no,
just,
ain't
I
no
need
good.
you to get out.
Nope. Well, it is the season for that, definitely. But I do think, for some reason, I know we had a bad winter, and I know that it was supposed to knock some of the insects maybe possibly down a little bit, but it looks like our bees are doing good. So I've seen a lot of bees lately, which I have some strawberry plants. That's where I'm seeing my bees, and they come to my bees.
Did you just have a light bulb?
Moment. Yeah, maybe they like my strawberries, but
maybe
so. I don't know.
Eating your strawberries.
Don't be eating my strawberries.
They might be eating your strawberries.
Don't be eating my strawberries.
I don't know if they eat strawberries, but
I'm sure they do.
They're around them.
Yeah. They're awful interested in them.
Yeah.
They like strawberries too.
That's what the kids were asking me yesterday about bees and which ones stung you, if they die right afterwards.
I think that's a wasp. I don't. Do bees do that?
I thought that was a bee.
Oh, do they? I think that was a wasp. I don't know.
I don't know.
Death be to all of them, though. If they sting me, you sting me. I'm sorry. You must go, right?
Yeah. You must go.
You must go. That's right.
Okay. Was it a bee?
A bee and I think a wasp are more the. I think that's something that they die. They're after their stinger. I don't know. They lose their stinger. I don't know.
I thought that was a bee. Honeybees.
Oh, honeybees.
Oh, honeybees, the ones you don't want to die.
And there's a honeybee. Look, okay, what's the difference between a honeybee and a sweat bee?
I'd say one's bigger.
And then you have the wood bee.
And obviously,
then you have the bee bee. I know everything there is to know about bees. Okay, I don't know all the. I don't know.
Listen, I gotta listen.
Maybe they're all the same. They're just different. I don't know. Different. I've heard wood bees. I've heard honeybees. I've heard
honeybee, western honeybee, bumblebee. Oh my gosh, carpenter bee.
Yes, heard of that. Sweat bee.
Oh, there's like a ton of.
Don't even get me started. Yeah, with all those bees. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, there's a lot of bees.
Yeah. There are a lot of bees.
Honeybees.
String glass bee. I don't know. There's
a lot of bees. Okay. So anyway, the bees are buzzing. Okay.
The bees are buzzing.
Yes.
The wasps are wasping.
The ticks are sticking.
Ticks are ticking.
The mosquitoes are going to be biting. I'm sure we haven't got I haven't seen lightning bugs yet, but they'll be coming up. Just a little warm.
I'm here for it. I love
the lightning bugs. I'm okay with.
I am so excited. We had our first water day yesterday.
Cold, but felt good probably.
Well, they loved it.
They don't care.
I will tell you that if you see my kid today, we did have a fight about sunscreen, and we had a fight about a water shirt, and then after too late, yes,
that's finally sun.
Yes,
that sun's
but he fought me and fought me.
Yeah.
And I told him that if he didn't get it on finally, that he was done. Mm-hmm. And the sun had already.
He'd already been done.
The sun had already snatched him.
That sun is just
That sun yesterday was shining. It was doing its thing.
Well, true. Which is a good reminder to make sure you put slip, slop, and slap sunscreen on, right?
Yeah, if you believe in that thing. I know some people don't wear it, but
for those that do,
sunscreen or the water shirt. I'm a big believer in the water shirt.
Yeah, that's right. Then they don't have to worry about that so much.
Yeah. So if like I said, if anyone's wondering, there was an argument over it.
Yeah, sunscreen was applied, possibly, maybe.
Well, it did get applied, but after he was soaking wet. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I know people are like, oh, you can put it on when wet. Yeah, I don't know. Not when I got this Snow White baby over here that looks literally like a bed of snow when you take his poor clothes off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's trying.
He's just
he's doing it. And yeah.
But I can tell you now, when water is out, it's I remember for
Gonna
themselves.
happen.
Yeah,
It's gonna happen.
it's gonna happen. It doesn't matter.
Well, that's a fun weekend then. That's a fun time. Yeah. Fun day. Yeah. In the water, playing and splashing. Everybody.
Yeah, they were. I mean, it was a good time. Mother's Day was very memorable this year.
Well, good. Good to hear that. And
we got the bracelets. We did bracelets this year.
oh, that's cute.
Yeah, we went and got those. And
you made them?
No, we bought these. But it says girl mom, boy mom, and then BFF, and we all have a BFF one.
Oh, that's cute. That's really cute.
And then Jameson couldn't understand. So this is the little mind. He could not understand why it doesn't say you are my BFF.
Oh, that's cute.
And I was like, no, you don't have to put all of that on there. And I was like, it speaks for itself.
So, yeah.
Like BFF, kind of got that you are mine. Understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he couldn't understand why I only said boy as in one boy, boy mom. And he's like, you need another bracelet that says boy mom because you have two boys. And I was like,
I like the way he's really helping your shopping game, isn't he?
I know, right? And he's learned from the best.
Yeah. I think you need to add another bracelet. Yes, I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Let's go shopping, guys.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did. We had a grand old time.
Well, good. That's what it's about. For sure. And then speaking of Americans for Prosperity, what's new with that?
I think we were speaking of.
Oh, I'm switching gears. Sorry. I'm
speaking
just
of Americans for
Prosperity.
I
just realized time-wise, I was like, oh my goodness, yeah. We'll go back to. I've got other stories to read here, but I just realized that I don't want to cut it short. What's going on with Americans for Prosperity?
We are again. We just finished up session. And we are now into May. So we're looking at the TCJA still, Trump's Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. And we're just trying to really hone in on that. It's not been passed yet.
Okay. And yeah, it's still not been passed yet.
Nope, still not been passed. There have been some people, now granted, remember everybody, this is the national level, so it's not just Indiana. But we are trying to make sure that our Indiana delegation is aware because their vote counts. And so we have had some pretty positive feedback from our delegation about it. I'm not going to, put anybody's name to it, but we're just trying to make sure that raise awareness, as you could say, about what it's going to cost if these tax cuts do not get passed, and how much your taxes are going to increase, how much you're going to owe the IRS more. I think that during President Trump's first term, he had one of the biggest tax cuts in history, and it was really cool. And we all celebrated, and we all liked, being able to put more money in our pocketbooks, right? So now we've all, that's been years ago. So I don't think people realize, because you've gotten comfortable with, saving that much money, and but now you could potentially owe more. And so I think that we're trying to make sure that people understand that, hey, those were not permanent. That they're going to come back, and now you're going to owe thousands of dollars more. So that's what we're working on. They do expire this year. The earlier that we get this passed, the better. So we're just calling out all of our federal elected officials, the Senate side, the House side, just making sure, if this is something that, if you don't want to pay an extra thousands of dollars to the IRS a year, then I say call your federal elected officials. Let them know that you want, your constituent, you want the TCJA to get passed and to make it permanent.
Right. Do you think a lot of people call? I mean, are there a lot of people that actually do that
on their own or on? So I don't want to speak for everybody because I know there's some people out there I call, I talk to, I have a great relationship with my, elected official, or, I know that the office is just from working in there as well. I know that they do get some pretty regulars that are following, how we always say, make sure you're staying up to date on stuff. I know there are people that do that. So I think everybody has a passion, right? Maybe it's tax cut, or maybe it's taxes that get you jive. Maybe it's maybe it's just keeping government, smaller government. Maybe it's a social issue. Maybe it's, I think that just depends on what the subject is. That maybe, maybe it's healthcare that you're passionate about. Maybe it's education that might make you more willing to call.
Right.
But to me, taxes, I mean, like, they affect everybody. You got to pay them. Right. So I understand, that it may not always be something on your radar, but that's why we're here. We're trying to let you know, like, hey, listen, this is what's coming down this pipeline right now. And so it, affects you directly. It's going to affect your household. Right. I mean, you're talking thousands of dollars a couple. And with prices of everything, it's hard to go out and do stuff sometimes with certain prices. And as we saw, inflation, prices went up, wages did not. So I think that that's where we have to really, really recognize that, hey, you don't realize it now, but it's going to affect you. I mean, you think at tax time, if you owe money, that was a lot. It's just, at the end of the day, it's going to take thousands of dollars out of what you make a year.
Right. Right. Well, and I think a lot of times
people, or what you're able to spend, I guess I should say, not make, what you're spending.
I think that's where it's important to be aware on a National Awareness Day, aware of who you're voting for and be able to have that contact. And I think that, you go back and you're like, oh, I don't want to bug them because they're so busy. And I get they're so busy. I'm not saying that at all, but they have people that answer those phones.
Oh yeah. That's their job.
Yeah.
That's their job. There's no bothering any of them. That's their job. They want to hear from you. They should hear from you. In fact, that's your job as a constituent. It's your job to voice your opinion, to let them know, hey, this is how I feel. So yeah, and they don't have, they have people that are, sitting and that do that answer the phones and answer, and if they don't have the answers to your questions, they'll get them. You'll get a response. And I think that our delegation, at least with what I have found, and I hope that everybody else has had the same experience, that they're pretty responsive. So we are, to me, I think we're very blessed in Indiana with such a great delegation in that aspect. So I think that if it's something, like I said, that you're very passionate about, and I would be, I know for a fact that they have gotten multiple phone calls on this issue. We have, like I said, at Americans for Prosperity, we have been really trying to educate people on what this means if these tax cuts expire. So I think that once people hear it and once people realize it, and like I said, we've showed those hard numbers. We've showed the person to person, what they're going to end up owing the IRS. I think that once you see those raw hard numbers, it takes it in a totally different perspective when you put a number on it. And we're out here and we're doing that. And we're going to continue to do that because we know that that's important. I always say that we look out for the taxpayers, and that's exactly what we're doing with this. And, it might be a couple more months before they pass this, but we're going to keep fighting, and we're going to keep educating and letting people know, hey, listen, this is what this is, and we cannot let this expire. It was such a successful thing the first term. We want to keep that going. We want to keep saving the taxpayers much money and not have them owe thousands of dollars to the IRS anymore.
Right. And I guess is it most everybody on board, or what are you thinking?
Well, that's what I said. I can't speak, I know. I can't speak on behalf of any of them. Right. I'm just going to say we've got some positive feedback, and you might be, and you might be able to call and get a straight answer. I am not authorized, nor do I want to be authorized to speak on behalf of any of our elected officials in that aspect, unless asked to do so.
Right. Sure.
So yeah, I think that, like I said, we've got some good feedback. But again, as I said, I think that, we're kind of spoiled almost in Indiana. This is a federal issue. So, some other states, they have some hard no's. So I think that if you just, take Indiana out of the equation, there's still left to do. So Indiana might, just because Indiana's on board doesn't mean, the surrounding states are, or other states. So we have to get them on board as well.
Right.
Which is what we're trying to do.
Well, and then you have Americans for Prosperity in other states too. So I'm sure they're worker bees.
Yeah. So
we forgot those bees, the worker bees.
Yeah, the worker bees. Yeah. So yeah, we have other states that are, like I said, we're all working towards this one goal. So, and yeah, that's what we're doing in the other states as well.
Right.
And I mean, other states, you got to remember, I mean, Indiana's a part-time session. So some other states have full-time sessions. So, I mean, it's all hands on deck. Like I said, as of right now, this is our top priority at the federal level. And
just I guess just waiting. So like, well, how will you find out? Like, how will it just be a big press release, I guess, or just?
Well, it's just like any bill. I mean, it's a bill.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll go through the House and then have to go through the Senate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On Capitol.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I said, it'll be interesting. It's interesting to see. And like I said, I mean, at Americans for Prosperity, like I said, you might get a straight answer from one of your elected officials, and then you might be like, oh, my job, okay, I've done my part. If you want to do more, feel free to reach out. There's other states, that might have a harder battle than what we're fighting. And this, this is very important to you. Maybe you're very passionate about keeping your taxes low. We'd love to have you come, and, we have other states we can call into. Maybe, like I said, some of those states that are, fighting maybe an uphill battle.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's cool. And it's cool that everybody helps each other, right? I mean, like all the different Americans for Prosperity are like-minded and helping each state who maybe have
it's really cool knowing that you're fighting alongside really great folks that are all fighting towards that same common goal.
Exactly.
And you're not alone.
Right.
It is. It's really cool. Really cool experience. So if you want to come and be a part, feel free to just let me know. We can get you plugged in. We can get you a spot where, like I said, and if it's not Texas, that are maybe it's something else that you're more passionate about. Let's talk, and I will. There's always there's always legislation that is going on. So whether that be the federal, state, we're happy to help you out and get you involved here.
Right.
Get you connected.
Love that. And then I do believe that next Monday we're going to have a special phone call in, maybe from our comptroller. Am I saying that right? Comptroller. Yeah, comptroller. Yeah. So I think she's supposed to call in next Monday. That'll be kind of fun.
Yeah, she's
exciting.
She's really cool.
Yeah, she's awesome. Yeah,
we're looking to do more events with her as well. So that's something to keep an eye out for too.
All right, wonderful. Let the games begin, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's great. A lot going on there for sure. All right, we're going to switch gears again. I just wanted to make sure that we had time to talk about some of the different things with Americans for Prosperity, because I know sometimes we leave it at the end and then it's like, okay, we're trying to rush to get it in. So I thought, well, we'll get it in right now. So appreciate all that good updates, and always doing and very activated. And actually, if anybody wants to become a volunteer or find out more about it, they can we'll give the information at the end of the program.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Unless you want to do it right now.
I don't care. You can go to AmericansForProsperity.org. You can also check out our Protect Prosperity page, or you can contact me, Angel Purlee, or we're also on the social media. Check your social media outlets and feel free to message any of the Americans for Prosperity Indiana accounts.
Oh, there we go. All right. We're going to switch gears for a second. This is actually, springtime, summertime starts weddings, right?
Yes.
Weddings. Well,
I love me a good old wedding.
I love to go to weddings. Okay. Well, here is a classic wedding problem. Okay. You start with 2 or 3 bridesmaids, but you realize you can't leave people out. Then it grows and it grows. Yeah. That's so hard. Very difficult.
Or whenever you have 5 sisters and 1 million friends.
Yeah, there you go. Then it's like you got to get them all in, right?
Yeah.
A woman in Northern Ireland named Catherine Stewart just got married, and her wedding party was slightly bigger than most. She ended up with 95 bridesmaids.
Whoa.
And they have a photo of it. 95 bridesmaids.
I say go, girl, go.
I know. She said she started with 7 or 8, which is where most weddings top out. But she runs a dance school and eventually decided to also include all of her dancers. Her husband, she married, his name is Jack, did not follow suit.
I was going to say, yeah.
She had 95 bridesmaids and he had 8 groomsmen. Can you imagine?
Wedding.
That's a huge wedding. Yeah.
I can't. Long wedding. How did they all walk down the
How do you get them all up there like in one area, right? The entire wedding was 250 people. 103 of them were in the wedding party. So overall, or so 40% of the guests were in their wedding. So 40% of the guests that were at their wedding were in their wedding.
I guess that's one way to get people to go to your wedding.
I guess so. And when you think about it though, like
they
really didn't have very many sitters then, right? Would they have very many?
Well, probably not. Well, I mean, they would have a lot of sitters, but at the same time, like, what are they, the parents of these kids?
I don't know. I don't.
Well, it depends on what type of dancer you're talking about. Like, you're talking like grown adult dancer? You're talking like little ballerina dancers? Are they little girls or are they grown women?
I can't tell in this photo. I can't tell. They look like grown women.
Huh.
Yeah.
Maybe they're significant others then, because you got to count those. So you're talking.
So everybody probably that was sitting in the audience
probably has somebody that was
had
in
children.
The wedding party.
Yes, would have to have somebody, and then maybe have their children. I don't know. Yeah. All of them walked down. Okay, let me see. All of them walked down the aisle, but Catherine said it went faster than you'd think. Photos weren't a problem either because they were all dancers who, quote, know how to get formation and organize themselves very quickly.
Okay.
We figured 95 bridesmaids had to be a record, but a crazy American woman named Tina Ackles still wears the crown. She got married in Tampa, Florida in 2015 with 168 bridesmaids.
Oh my gosh.
This, the one that the UK, she is absolutely beautiful. She's stunning. She's beautiful. And all of the bridesmaids, she had white on, beautiful white gown. I can see that. And then looks like the bridesmaids were all like either like soft pinks or tans or like kind of like your softer tones. Like pastels, yeah. I just see like pinks and maybe off-whites and tans, maybe a tan. I can't see it as well, but yeah. Can you imagine having 168? I can't even imagine having.
How do you communicate with 168 like consistently?
I know. Somebody has to be over there talking at some point. Well, and like the photo that it shows, I can't see it really good, but like you can't make out like in the people in the back, you can't not see their face. So yeah, I don't know. But anyway, so she did it, and she, I'm just thinking about the bride or the groomsmen having 8 groomsmen. So can you imagine like if they walked down the aisle with a groomsman? I mean, right? I mean, I don't know how they did it. I don't know.
Well, I wonder if, what am I trying to say? I wonder if like the first 8 were like, if she were to have a small wedding, that's who she would have chosen.
Yeah. Maybe that would, if I was the first 8, I'd kind of think that I was, right?
Okay. So I see the 168 lady here. This is the lady with 168.
Yeah. Wow.
I wonder if she said, if you come, you're a bridesmaid.
I'm going to tell you what colors to wear.
Well, I think that's because I don't think it's too far off because they're all not wearing it's red and black and they're not all the same.
Yeah. Well, neither was the other one. She obviously didn't buy their dresses. She obviously didn't buy her bridesmaids dresses. Everybody had to get their own and kind of just come in their own. They probably couldn't coordinate them.
It looks like she said, if you're a female and you're invited to my wedding, you're a bridesmaid.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Maybe. Is that what she said? I don't know.
Well, that makes the most sense to me.
I think she said that.
Yeah.
You want to come to my wedding? Yes. Then you're a bridesmaid.
Well, okay. At that point, if you know the woman and she put 168 women in there, like, where do you fall in line?
I know. Yeah. Yeah. Does she spend time with all these ladies like within a year? I guess maybe. My 1 week with her. Right? How would she like? You think anybody in the back's like, I really don't even know her. I'm just part of it.
So they were at a conference, and then they decided to get married after.
Oh, so she just made everybody at the conference. She couldn't have known all of them. I mean, like really known them, right? Couldn't have been.
And then their colors, the whatever ABWA's colors are red and black, which is the conference they were at.
Oh, okay. So they just all stayed in what they had on then? Or just...
Well, I don't know what ABWA is, but...
Something wonderful. Oh, that's a lot of bridesmaids and...
Well, okay, she pulled it off, but it seems like she pulled it off very, almost kind of easy.
Yeah.
If they were all already going to be in one place together.
Yeah.
And then...
Well played.
That is. Hey,
well
we'll
played.
Just get married.
And I bet the company already had was going to fix food. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then we'll go to our luncheon that we already have planned.
That's right.
Everybody.
And then don't forget, we'll have a breakout session later and we'll have
cocktail hour.
Yeah.
That
might be brilliant. Maybe she's brilliant on that.
She's on to something.
I
missed the boat on that, man.
Exactly.
Missed the boat on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 168. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. That was smooth on her part.
Very smooth. All right. Here is a story. This is actually went viral for Mother's Day. A mom said her son in Texas, they were in the same graduating class on Friday. Kyle and Brandy Fields both earned graduate degrees from TCU in Fort Worth. He got his master's in liberal arts. She got hers in business administration. So they did that on Mother's Day. That's kind of cool.
Went back and got their masters.
That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. It shows them together. They were really cute. That's a really cute photo. Okay. This one went viral for Mother's Day. Was National Nurses Week. A hospital in Green Bay, Wisconsin announced 14 maternity nurses are all pregnant at the same time. That's adorable. That's going to be really hard, though.
There were 2 nurses that were pregnant whenever I was having Jameson.
I am cracking up. But think whenever, of course, maybe we're not all do it at the same time, but think about the maternity leaves that hospital's going to be 14 maternity nurses are all expecting at the same time. That's quite a bit.
Oh, they're expecting at the same time, too. They're not all just pregnant at the same time.
At the same time. That hospital's going to be very much needing people.
Yeah.
It's called The Baby Boom is Happening Behind the Nurses Station.
What hospital?
At HSHS St. Vincent Hospital in Green Bay. 14 labor and delivery nurses are all pregnant at the same time.
Wow.
All right. A couple that met while playing the game Minecraft recently got married in the game. They met at 13 and now they're in their 20s. She's from Oregon. He's from England. Their digital wedding happened in March, but now just doing a story on it. The avatars stood in the digital area with the cherry blossoms above. I don't know Minecraft enough to know that. I guess I know nothing. They said they're getting married in the game And it made sense for them because, quote, we've lived apart for this whole relationship. The world is where we live together. This world is where we live together. So he proposed in the game. The whole wedding cost $300. So they actually got married in the game.
So they're not married though.
Well, it looks like they are. The couple met while playing Minecraft. They recently got married in the game. They got married in the game. I don't know. They had to have a.
So they're not married though. They just in the game they're married.
No, I think they're married. I think they got. I think it's you talk to each other like that, and I think you could probably like you have your different characters, and he's a character, she's a character, and they must have had a.
Is that legal?
Yeah. Was there a certificate? Was there a paperwork on this?
I don't even know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Who would be their witnesses? They'd have to have witnesses, right? You have to have a witness. Each one has to.
Well,
Do you have to have two witnesses or one witness?
1, 2, 1, 2.
1, 2.
2, 1, 1, 2. 1 or 2. I don't know.
1 or 2 witnesses?
Dude, I don't remember.
I don't know because there's more that can join the game.
State to state too.
Yeah, but there's like
and you're in England, so I don't know. I literally don't know now. Like
I know. Is the king and queen or whatever they approving of this stuff? Is this okay?
I need to know what is happening.
What are they doing here?
Did you denounce the queen?
I don't know. I just wonder. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just think that the way I understand it, now I could be completely wrong, but like when you play these games like Minecraft, you have different players from different, like you can be in one area and another player obviously in another area. But so then would they have used the other people joining in the game, would they have been like the witnesses? That's my question.
Or would the person sitting on the couch next to them being a witness?
That's what I'm saying. Was there a person on the couch or?
I don't know. I have no clue. I have no idea.
I
also
need
don't
to know
if this is legal.
I need to know. I
also
okay.
don't know the legality.
Was there paperwork done? Was this done?
I don't know. I need to know more information.
Now, another question too. Do they? There's a lot that needs to be asked about this.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, is this legal? Are you guys officially married? Because like you can play like, oh, let's get married inside.
Didn't they years ago? And I'm trying to remember. Did you used to have to draw blood before you actually could get married?
Are you kidding?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I can tell you right now, it was not in my lifetime.
Seem like
I think they just go on the good old trust system here.
Seemed like my grandparents or somebody told that story. I don't remember.
I think you're making stuff up.
No, I'm not. No. Well, maybe they were. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not. Yeah, I think they go to use. Maybe they do like a background heritage check. I don't know.
I'm just wondering. Maybe I'm like off, but I'm just saying. And if they had witnesses and they had their people there to get married, and I'm sure they're going to live happily ever after.
Have they met in person? Is this?
No, they've met in the game. So that
says no longer require blood tests.
Okay.
So they did at one point.
Okay. See, when did they stop doing that? Let's see here. What year?
Wait a second. I don't know why it says Miami County and it's only Indiana. I don't know why it's not showing me. I don't know. Used to, I guess, yeah. I don't know. Do you have to if it's a blood test? No longer required. So at one point, I guess it was.
So when does it say when it? Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Oh, it was public health concerns.
It was a public health concern?
Oh, they were screening for syphilis.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They did it due to a decrease in the effectiveness testing of it. and then the perceived cost of the requirement. I don't know how much it was, but wow. Well,
I can't.
The more you know.
Yeah. Little fun fact on Monday, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Approximately 2% of people have a gene that makes their armpits not smell, even or don't wait. So if their armpits don't smell, even without deodorant.
What
2%. Okay, approximately 2% of people have a gene that makes it so their armpits don't smell, even without deodorant. That doesn't make sense, does it? It doesn't smell, so why would you then? If they don't smell, then even without deodorant. So
I want to know how that was tested.
I don't know. That's crazy, isn't it? People that I don't know how you'd know. I mean, I wouldn't take a chance, right? I'd be.
Yeah, as I said, how do you test that?
How do you know if you're that 2%? The first speeding ticket was given in 1899 in Manhattan to a cab driver who was going a blazing 12 miles per hour in an 8-mile-an-hour zone.
Wow.
Yeah.
12, man, somebody was just really trying to prove a point, weren't they?
They were. Okay, a show that I used or love, MASH. The ad time for the series finale of MASH, their ads, the commercials they played in 1983 cost more than a commercial ad time for the Super Bowl that year. So the finale of MASH, the commercials that were played cost more than the Super Bowl.
What year?
In 1983.
I think, well, I don't know. Super Bowl commercials have just really become.
Oh, yeah. They're
a little ridiculous.
Very much so.
A little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite slightly. All right, we got to get out of here. Time goes by so fast. It's already a little bit after the hour, but thank you for coming in for Americans for Prosperity. If anyone has any questions or things they would like to ask or get involved and be more a part of Americans for Prosperity, how do they do that?
Oh, they can go to americansforprosperity.org. They can go to our Protect Prosperity page. They can contact us on any of our social media outlets, Americans for Prosperity Indiana.
All right. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Shoot us a message. We'll respond.
Let's thank our sponsors.
All right. Let's thank Meadowview Healthcare, Walmart, Salem Crossing, Americans for Prosperity, Mama Roses, Fox Purlee Wealth Management, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Dr. Mindy Gunn, Marshall Monuments, McAllister Land Consulting, First Harrison Bank, the Louisville Bats, Schneck Hospital, and Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
All right. Best day ever.
That's right. Happy Monday.